Alright, hey guys, gonna get straight stuck into another Tomb Kings battle report, Warhammer Fantasy style. This is the Tomb Kings versus Dark Elves, and although I've played against Dark Elves once before in 7th edition, this is a completely different guy. This particular opponent also played in the FluffyCon tournament. I didn't meet him during the tournament, and he played as Nurgle Demons, but he's using Dark Elves in this particular game, and as you can see we're playing on his ping-pong table with the big brown board there. The little rulers on the left-hand side just marking the edge of the table. This is a view of Tomb King's deployment. You've got chariots on the left, Scorpion behind the chariots. We've got a big line of archers, casket of souls on the hill next to the catapult. We've got my brand new unit of Tomb Guard with the King, Destroyer of Eternities and all in the middle of the unit. Not taking Icon of Rakaf on the guard unit. I'm practicing for the next big tournament coming up, and I'm not planning on taking the Icon of Rakaf because I think the judges will probably disqualify me for it. It's a very good banner. Now, right next to that, there's a big unit of melee skeletons. On the right-hand side is another group of chariots. And I'm actually tunneling one of my scorpions. We'll see where that is later. Hopefully the dog's barking in the background can't be heard by the microphone, but never can tell. Just going to switch straight to the next photo and talk about the Dark Elves deployment. We've got crossbowmen on the hill on the left-hand side. He deployed them first, so I deployed everybody else on the other flank. Repeater bolt thrower there as well. The little icon, the little skull icon you can see is where the Scorpion is tunneling, right next to that bolt thrower. We've got guys behind the Cold War Knights unit, which look like shades, but they're actually being used to represent harpies. But they're in fact shade models, using them as harpies. They're in front of behind the Cold War Knights. We've got Blackguard in the center, very powerful unit, Blackguard. Spearman right next to them. Cold One chariot with the Lord, Dreadlord on it. So he's very buff Dreadlord. He's got that regenerate ability. He's got a great weapon. He's got that really annoying ward save ability where you just have to roll equal to the strength of the weapon or below, which pretty much makes this guy invulnerable. And a bolt thrower in the difficult terrain marshes at the back there. More repeater bolt throwers, repeater crossbowmen, sorry, on the right-hand side, and a War Hydra, very nasty War Hydra. Just a better look at sort of what's going on over here. You can see the Cold One chariot just in the middle, and you can see how many spearmen he's got there. He's got about 17, 15, 17. He's got a sorceress in the front rank. He's got a sorceress on the crossbow unit just to the right-hand side as well. And he's deploying his shades over here, nice motorbike in the background, but this is shades going down in the forest to the bottom right corner of the battlefield, ready to take on the chariots. You can tell there's going to be assassin in that shade units, there always is, and for that reason I'm not going to be moving over there too quickly. Let's go to the next photo, where you can just see the 5 shades deployed in the forest, and as you can see they're about sort of 18 inches away from the chariots currently, maybe even less. And over the left-hand side here, you can see Dark Elves take the first turn. So he decided to go with that first turn and moved his War Hydra right into the forest. And I've got my Prince in amongst these chariots in the left-hand side here with the Scorpion in behind them. And everybody else around the back is just moving in. Next picture you can see over the left-hand side, the shades are running towards the chariots, getting ready to charge them. Harpies moving next to the Cold War Knights. The Cold War Knights just moving forward to just sweep around the flank here. I'm very, very worried about the situation because I haven't really got anything on the flank which can deal with a shade unit with an assassin in it, as well as the Cold War Knights. So really worried about what I'm going to do regarding this. We'll find out what happens later. But let's just go to the next photo where you can see just in a bit more detail exactly where the Scorpion is going to be tunneling up from. You've got him right in front of the bolt thrower here, the repeater bolt thrower, and the plan here is hopefully he doesn't scatter and I can just charge directly into the bolt thrower, beat them, and then just follow up into the repeaters over the side with a overrun move. Second, look at the next pick. Oh man, Scorpion, sorry, not the Scorpion, the Screaming Skull Catapult launches its rock on the Hydra, smacks it, actually it scattered 2 inches, clipped it, and then dealt 4 wounds to it anyway, 1 wound left, and then the chariots over the left-hand side fired their 3 piddly little bows, like a couple of hits, 1 wound, failed its save, didn't regenerate, kills the War Hydra. Amazing first turn for the Tomb Kings. I was just so happy about that. I was really looking at his army and thinking, man, there's no way I can beat this. Both flanks are in trouble, and man, so lucky to take out the Hydras. You can see the big splatting template where the Hydra is, and thank God for taking that out the first turn. The last time I played Dark Elves, the Hydra just demolished me, killed the king and everything, so really happy about that one. Let's look at the next picture where this is my response to the shades. What happened is I just pushed the archers forward a couple of inches, pushed the melee skeletons in front of them, then pulled back the chariots because there was enough room between them and the edge of the table so I could get in charge range of the shades if need be. Not that I want to charge the shades because there's going to be an assassin there. Well, at least I think so. And move through it for the Carrion so they're march blocking everything and they'll be able to charge the bolt throwers next turn. Of course, during my first turn I can't roll for the Scorpion showing up, but the Scorpion's is there anyway. Maybe he'll just shoot the Carrion with bolt throwers. I expect him to. He might even charge them with the Harpies. Still not sure, but this is my response to the right-hand flank, and we'll see how that actually goes in a short period of time. Now let's go to the next picture, which involves me actually getting another king hit with the Screamer Skull Catapult right on the Dreadlord's chariot. Demolishes the chariot, and actually it took the chariot to like a couple of wounds left, and then I shot it with archers and killed it. And we're using the Beastmaster model to represent the Dreadlord. So the Dreadlord is now on foot. Luckily for me, he can't charge me in this next turn. Thank God. So everything's going right. Tomb King's sort of early stages of the game. Really happy about that. Killing the guy like that. And even in the Dark Elf magic phase, he miscasted one of his sorceresses, did a strength 6 hit to the sorceress, and all the spearmen within base-to-base contact, and took out like 3 spearmen. Wounded the sorceress, so things going really well. He's been using a lot of frost wind on his sorceresses to stop my archers from firing, so that's been a pain. But yeah, he hasn't really been doing much damage with anything else. He's got spell number 1 and number 3 for both level 2 Dark Elf sorceresses, and that is Frost Wind or Chill Wind or whatever it is, and Word of Pain, the one that reduces you guys to Weapon Skill Blister Skill 1. So that's all he's got in terms of magic. Let's go to the next picture where the Scorpion shows up, scatters a little bit, charges the crossbowmen, and pretty much gets locked into combat with them without either side winning. They failed their fear test straight up, so they didn't cause any damage to him. But remember, they've got a rank here. They've got outnumber. Well, they had a rank before I knocked off a guy. A rank, outnumber, and they're on a hill. So very difficult for the Scorpion to actually beat them in combat, but I'm trying my hardest. And what happened was the Carrion charged the Repeater Bolt Thrower team. The Carrion had lost a bird to shooting from the Bolt Thrower's previous turn. I didn't beat the Bolt Thrower team in combat. In fact, the Bolt Thrower team beat me, thanks to Hatred and all, and the remaining Carrion or whatever it is died. So didn't quite manage to pick off the crew there. Very unfortunate, but oh well. Let's go to the next picture where we see some action, and man, this is starting to look like a game of Warhammer. Look at this. We've got the Blackguard charging the unit of bow skeletons, which I'd reformed into a rank or so there, and just turning my units around to bear the brunt of the charge the following turn. But man, I really underestimated Blackguard. I know they're powerful, and I've heard the stories, but this is the second time that I've played Dark Elves, and the first time that I've ever played against a guy using Blackguard, and I forgot that they were Strength 5 with Halberds. A Strength 4 base, a Strength 5 with Halberds. He gave them the banner, which makes them always strike first. He's, 3 pluses to hit. He rerolls the misses. 2 attacks each, 2 pluses to kill skeletons. What obviously happened, he's got a champion there as well. Wipes out 10 skeletons. I haven't got as much combat res as he does. Wipes out the entire unit of skeletons in 1 turn, and then overruns into my next unit of skeletons, ready to wipe them out. So, wow. That's a stupid new player mistake from Vaul there. So, sorry to disappoint fans with really screwing things up there, but this was a serious mistake. I shouldn't have deployed my archers like that because, number one, he had Frost Wind, so he prevented me from just firing with my big rank of 20. Secondly, they weren't going to be able to do anything in combat. Those skeletons, I pretty much should have just treated them like melee skeletons. They've got the same stats, same number of guys in the unit. They don't have the 5-6 armor save in base combat. They've got bows instead. What I should have done is just not deployed them there. I should have just bunched them up in a group of 5 by 4, just like the melee skeletons next to them, and just put them in 3 big blocks ready to bear the charge, or even just put them on the right-hand side to try and deal with any harpies or shades in terms of shooting. But my deploying them in a big line in front of my guys was a mistake, and I'm going to pay the price for that later.